Hello, boys, gals, non-binary pairs. Welcome to the number one judgiest place on the entire internet. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And we are
The
Judgies.
Judgies.
Back. Still cold. We recorded yesterday and today.
Yeah.
Not
Still
much change in temperature. Today is a high of 7 for us.
Okay, actually, we're moving way up then.
Yeah. From 0 to 7.
Yeah.
And
That's-
3.5.
Heat wave.
I wish. Man, winter,
Terrible.
you're going to hate to hear this, Christian. Winter kind of sucks.
This isn't the winter you like.
And there's always stipulations about the winter Christian
Here's-
likes, and we're never in the winter.
Here's
that
the
Christian
thing.
likes. It's an idealized
I'm-
version.
I'm actually all right with this part of winter. It's cold. It sucks. I hate the spring part of winter. I'm fine with all of this part of winter. It's so cold that it's not sloppy out. And I'm fine with being a little cold.
I would rather be sloppy than cold.
I hate the sloppy part.
I also hate the sloppy part.
And this, like, I think a few weeks ago we talked about like living in like Portland or Seattle, and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of nice. And then I'm like, no, it's sloppy all the time. I fucking hate it. And don't even get me started on the seasonal depression. I guess
About
it's all
winter?
year.
Yeah.
I think we only have like 5 Sundays left until spring.
Wow.
What if he sees a shadow?
6.
What's the rate on Punxsutawney? Do you think he's?
Oh, I bet
Is he
he's-
ever right?
It's high.
Can we get a Kalshi not sponsored bet or predictive gambling on not gambling, predictive markets on Punxsutawney? We think
I don't know.
we gotta get it on that. This is jokes really quick, only a couple from the most funniest joke book ever for kids and grown-ups who love to laugh and those that need to.
It's a really long title.
Why did the clown go broke?
I don't know.
Clown college is expensive.
Yes, it is. Because his jokes didn't make any sense.
Nice. 3.5.
Entering clown. Yeah. Maybe a 2.
Wow. I thought it was okay.
Maybe I'm coming with a bad attitude today.
I thought that was better than that. This is dialogue. Give me a name for girl number 1.
Jennifer.
Give me a name for girl number 2.
Tabby.
Jennifer, but spelled different. Jennifer H. Jennifer, how was your roller skating lesson? Tabby, it was hard. Jennifer, what was the hardest part? Tabby, the pavement.
Clown horn again.
Crickets.
What?
About 2.5, probably. I should have given I wasn't prepared for the clown joke, I think.
Scale 1 to 10, 2.5.
I give it a 2.
Okay, 2.25. So better than the clown joke. I think we can all agree. One more. Actually, 2 more. We'll finish out the page. We'll finish out the page.
You do this every time, Josh.
It gets funnier every time I do it. Boy number 1. I want to get paid to sleep. Boy number 2. Now that would be a dream job.
Nice.
That's a 4.
I was also going to say 4.
Nice. Last one, I promise. How does the banker start every bedtime story?
Once upon a dime.
Yeah.
No shit, really?
Yeah, you got it. You binked it.
Nice.
See on 1 to 10. Does that affect your rating?
No, I'd still give it like a 3.5, 4.
I was going to say 3.
You guys both think that's better than the clown one?
If you gave me the clown one in a different order, I don't think my funny bone was lubricated yet.
Why did the clown go broke?
I don't know why.
He went woke.
Boo.
Hey, I guess that's it. That finishes up page 14
Out of
320.
We're almost there. We're making progress.
We are less than 5% through the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 5% considering I've hopped around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Are
gives
we
us
cool with
what?
doing this for another
6 years?
How many episodes do you think we've done this on? Like 8 now?
Yeah.
Including bonus episodes. It's like 16.
Yeah, so
16 times 20. Another 200 and another 320
Yeah, so
episodes.
about 6 years.
Yeah, you kind of nailed it there.
That's crazy.
Well, you're right, and I hear you. I understand. We'll just do more jokes per episode then. That way, it takes
We'll
less.
do some at the top, some at the end.
Yeah,
Maybe even sprinkle some in the middle. Who knows?
We could just do a full episode.
we could do
No.
a full episode. You know what? Scratch the JPAs, which right now, if you're listening, you can go and vote for the nominate. You can vote for who wins the award.
Get out and vote. Vote or die.
That's right. So go ahead and vote on that. The link is in the description. It's also going to be a pinned comment on YouTube. Now it's going to be voting for who wins. We're done with the nominations.
We're all done with that part. Now it's the voting part.
And that will end and culminate on episode 300. We'll cover some of them on the main and then the rest on the bonus episode.
All right.
Does that sound cool?
Sounds cool.
Thank you. All right. Fuck me, I guess. I put in a lot of work to the JPAs. I make one flub. I get called out.
We should call it the Flubbies. And it's just all Josh's mistakes.
So what? That one?
I hated that movie.
Flubber?
Flubbies is a sequel.
I actually really like
Why the
Flubber.
hell did they give Flubber kids? We didn't need Flubbies around.
Yeah, when Flubber had sex with that dolphin and made little Flubber. I'm not dolphin. I meant to say dragon.
Fuck.
Sorry.
All right. Flubbies 2.
And don't flub them after midnight.
Hey, and if you're watching this on YouTube, go hype this fucking video for the
That's
love
true.
of God.
Thank you, yeah.
For the love of God.
On mobile, go down to the comments and swipe on over if you need to. Hype up the video.
Google hates our asses.
Yeah. But we don't just get hated on this podcast. We also podcast
Mm-hmm.
on this podcast. What that entails is us going onto a line and finding silly little stories. And sometimes
The
33-year-old Christian does that. Does this come out on your birthday? There's no way this comes out on your birthday week.
No, I don't think so.
No,
It's
we're probably,
the
we're probably
9th. That's
next
a week,
week, right?
a week or two ahead.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. 32 for now.
For now.
Yeah.
32 and 7/8-year-old. First story that come to us from r/am I overreacting? Am I overreacting at my boyfriend for behaving how he did when he met my parents? I, 19 female, am a college student who's dating a man named Martin. 20 Martin. I stole it from Josh.
Yeah.
20 male, who I got together with last year. He had nowhere to go for Thanksgiving, so we went to my parents' house together. There was a bit of a complication with travel, so we left about a week ago and only got back 4 days ago. Everything was fine when we left for the airport. We got on the plane and during the flight and when we landed. But when he saw my dad's at the airport, he got really quiet.
Dad's a twist?
Yeah, they shouldn't have drank the night before. Dad's at the airport is no joke.
Dad's at the airport is no joke.
That's like the second level of hell.
Yeah.
You're constantly having dads at the airport. Day after drinking shits if you're uninitiated. I'm on Spot Focus. Continue.
Important context, I have 2 dads. My dad, 46 male, and my appa, 44 male. They had me using a surrogate who is essentially my aunt and a close friend of theirs. Biologically, I'm related to my appa, but they're both my fathers. He shook their hands and said hello, introduced himself, but was really quiet on the car ride home and during dinner until we went to bed. Then he straight up confronted me and asked in an accusatory tone, why didn't I tell him that I have 2 dads? I know for a fact I have told him I had 2 dads. In casual conversation, I tend to tactfully avoid which dad I'm talking about because when you're the daughter of 2 gay dads, people tend to treat you different. Sort of like a zoo animal. But I made it clear to him that I have 1 dad and 1 appa. It's possible he didn't know appa meant dad since it's Korean and Martin is white.
And normally appas are flying buffaloes.
Bisons, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
We got into a small tiff about it, and I promised him I'd told him. But I didn't know why it even mattered. He just huffed and said he needed a little time to think and went to bed without saying goodnight. The next morning, we had a big Thanksgiving meal. several weeks after Thanksgiving. I guess it didn't matter too much.
Christmas?
Yeah.
You had a Christmas dinner?
Well, it's several weeks before Christmas.
We're getting there's not double several weeks in between the two holidays. Canadian Christmas.
Didn't that just pass in that like January 12th or something?
Mm-hmm.
The next morning we had a big Thanksgiving meal and he was similarly quiet. I tried to include him in conversations, but he just sat there pushing his food around, which I know upset my appa because he's very proud of his cooking.
Yep.
After dinner, my appa asked him to help
Yep.
clear the table and set out dessert. And he flat out said, "No, I'm going outside for a smoke."
Fuck, he's cool.
And then he went outside. I apologized for him and I said I have no idea why he's acting this way. After half an hour, he still hadn't came back in. So I went outside to check on him and he was gone.
Oh!
I called him and he said that he couldn't stay there and that he was getting a hotel for the night and to bring his bags to the airport when we leave.
Mm-mm.
I asked what I had done wrong and he said he didn't want to talk about it here and hung up on me. I went inside and updated my dads and they were sweet. I went inside and updated my dads and they're sweet, of course. We curled up on the couch and watched Christmas movies before I went to bed. When I got to the airport in the morning, Martin wouldn't say 2 words to me and just kept saying, "We'll talk about it later."
Mm-mm.
Well, more than 2 words.
A little bit more than 2 words.
Outside of that one phrase. It's been 3 days and he still hasn't texted or called me back since we left the airport. Guess he didn't want to talk about it. So, am I the asshole for wanting to break up over this when I don't even know if I have done anything wrong? I know he's not homophobic. His brother and best friends are both gay and he's fine with them. But part of me doesn't even know why he's pissed off. And I feel like I have the duty to hear him out on this.
No, you don't.
This is my first serious relationship and I don't want it to end over something stupid.
People can be homophobes and have gay friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it happens pretty often.
Believe it or not.
People can be homophobes and be gay.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just horrible. I mean, luckily he didn't do anything too crazy hate crime wise.
Yeah.
You know, like that you got off pretty scot-free in that regard.
Yeah.
You know, he just disrespected your parents
And also you.
and you. Right. Yeah, no, it's easy breakup. I would have fucking told him to come get his bags if he wants them. I wouldn't have brought him at that point. It would have been over.
Yeah.
For sure. You're not going to talk to me.
Yeah.
And no, you can come get your own fucking bags and
Yeah.
I'm not flying with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would have had him on a separate flight. I would have.
Also, just being the baby, like, I don't know, to be such a baby. You're pushing food around your plate like a child?
Yeah.
Who does that? That's in movies.
You're literally pouting.
Yeah.
Insane. What a sack of shit. What a fucker. Can I
Well-
say that?
You can.
What a-
We're going to have to bleep it.
What a fucker.
Would you guys believe that there's a little bit of an update?
Ooh.
We do love an update.
There's a little bit of text exchanges going on here. So,
Of course, he wasn't man enough to talk about it in person. It had to be over text.
it's been 4.5 days of radio silence, and he came back with this. Y'all are right. I should have just dumped his stupid ass a long time ago. I feel like I wasted a year or so of my life. I'm going to burn some of my photos and call my dad. And then here's...
Which one?
Fuck, did they say dad's night? It does just say my dad.
Story's falling apart.
Story's falling apart. All right, and he in this conversation is white and I'm blue. Okay.
Do you want me to help?
Dabba dee.
Yeah, you'll be the blue, I'll be the white.
Dabba die.
Look, I'll be honest. Whenever I imagine going to meet your parents, I imagine you had a black dad and an Asian mom. I never heard you talk about having 2 dads. It was really disappointing.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Also, I did tell you. Maybe I didn't sit you down and sound out each word, but I know I've called my appa he in front of you. Where is this coming from?
You never told me. I have no memory of you telling me, so it doesn't matter anyway.
If you didn't remember when I told you, then it's not my fault.
Look, this doesn't even have to be a big deal. Do you know your birth mother?
What does she have to do with anything?
I want to meet her.
Why?
To see what you'll look like when you're older.
Oh, ew.
Because now I have no idea if you're going to be attractive when you get to be in your 40s. I know Asians usually stay hot when they get older,
Ew.
but you never know.
Bro said I'm not homophobic. I'm just misogynistic and racist.
What the fuck is your problem? Did you hit your head on the plane ride over here?
I don't know why you're acting like this. It doesn't have to be a big fucking deal. Jesus. Wouldn't you want to know if I was going to be hot later?
Actually, no. I don't give a shit what you look like because we're done and you can fuck off.
You weren't expecting that twist, were you?
Crazy.
Yeah. That is insane. That's wild. So she's Blasian? So she's in the clear anyway because black don't crack.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. She's going to stay hot.
Yeah.
This guy, what is he thinking? If you're going to use one racial stereotype, you may as well use other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to be a racist, just be a racist, you know?
This guy isn't well versed on his racisms.
Or maybe just don't be racist.
Yeah, well, that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, that's a good start.
I don't know. I've never had a hard time with that. So
Yeah.
What about just hard cut? What about that time when you said...
And we're back from that cut. Sorry. No. What? I mean, that's... I guess maybe he's not homophobic. Maybe we can give him that. You know what I mean?
He was just
Still a piece of
racist
shit.
the whole time.
Yeah.
It wasn't homophobia at all.
Because it wasn't about it being like he wasn't upset at the two guys being in a loving relationship.
Yeah.
He was upset that he couldn't see if his girlfriend's going to be busted or not.
Mm-hmm.
If the mom, the birth mother, is busted, does he break up with her?
I don't know.
I assume yes.
Right?
I mean, we've all seen people, an attractive person that has two busted parents. So, like...
It does happen.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Because I'm having a conversation with you, Joshua. You fucking freak. But I've also
Good evasion.
I've also seen people that are very attractive and have one attractive parent and one ugly parent.
I've also seen people who are attractive have ugly kids.
True. Why'd you look at me when you said that,
yeah,
Joshua?
why the hell were you looking at us?
Well, I'm not going to look at Christian, clearly. He's a gorgeous little baby boy.
He is.
Thank you.
No, it's obviously entirely materialistic.
Yeah.
Supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious.
Some would say.
Yeah. It's insane.
Especially because, like, materialistic isn't the right word. Superficial is what I was trying to say the entire time. It's absolutely crazy because it is, like, when it comes to, like, not stereotypes, beauty standards, like, most of that stuff is set by socioeconomic status anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anybody who's poor and ugly, if you gave them more cash, would probably quote unquote look better, you know?
Yeah.
There are just things you can do with more money, with more access, especially given, you know, take somebody who's like malnutrition their entire life.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who just like, so that you could, it's just crazy. It's an insane, like, weirdly eugenicist thing. It's very, very strange.
Yeah. I just got a TikTok about, it's a girl being like, I always thought my sister was like the most beautiful woman. Then I realized it's just like being pretty is her hobby. So it's like she spends all the time researching and figuring out how to be hot.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, some people obviously have to put in less effort than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like with anything, you know?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gifted.
But that's the whole thing about
my
beauty.
mom says I'm very special.
It's in the eye of the beholder, you know? There's a whole Twilight Zone episode about that.
Really? I thought there was a whole like D&D campaign about that. Anyways, on to the next story. This one come to us from r/best of Redditor updates and sent to us by Ace. And they say, "Hi, Judgies.
Hello.
Found the treasure story and thought of you. It fits your MO perfectly. Poop, cheating, stupid guys.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
The full Monty.
The full Monty.
The full Judgy.
Am I the asshole for pooping after sex?
Well, you have to, otherwise you'll get an infection.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Hi, everybody. I never really thought I would have to be sitting here in my 40s asking a question like this to the internet. But here it goes. I'm 43 female and my husband, 45 male, have always made it a priority in our marriage to discuss what we are and are not comfortable with sexually, and to let the other one know if or when those things change, evolve, or just completely disappear. My husband is actually the one who first ever brought up this idea way back on the first night we had planned to sleep together. And while it felt kind of strange to talk so openly about these things that I preferred in bed, it made the first experience with each other so much more intimate and satisfying for both of us.
We love good communication.
We literally used to talk beforehand every time we had sex, but eventually we got to the point where we were comfortable enough to just know we could bring the things up when we needed to and trust that the other would take it seriously. I feel like this is a key reason why we have such an open dialogue with one another and feel so secure in our relationship after being together after 17 years. Recently, my husband approached me and asked if I have ever tried or had any opinions on anal sex. I wasn't turned away from the idea, but I said I never tried it, and I had no idea about any of the logistics to it. He was in the same boat as I have only ever had 2 other sexual partners, and he's only ever had 1.
Losers.
He explained it was just something he had been wondering about, but of course, he wasn't pushing me towards it or anything if I didn't like the idea. What the hell do you have to say, Josh? Oh, a loser because he only gets laid one time by one person?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ooh, fucker. I decided I wasn't against trying it out. The 2 of us ended up doing some reading together about the best way to go about it for beginners. From what I gathered, a big part of anal is preparation beforehand, including going to the bathroom, cleaning around the anal cavity with warm water, and sometimes using a douche to clear out any remaining fecal matter.
The douche.
Fast forward a week or so, and we have a night to ourselves. And we have everything we needed prepared. So we decided it was a good time to try as any. I won't go into all the details, but basically things went totally fine while we were having sex. My husband stopped multiple times to make sure I was comfortable and enjoying myself, which I assured him I was. Long story short, things went well.
Good.
But here's where things eventually went wrong. Less than a minute after we finished things up, I was suddenly hit with the sensation that I needed to poop. Like immediately. It wasn't so bad that I couldn't get to the toilet, but as he was standing up from the bed to grab a pair of boxers, I just jumped up and bolted into the bathroom. Without even putting on a robe, which is what I normally wear after sex.
It's not farts that push the poops out.
It's cum.
It's anal.
He came to the door, concerned, and asked if I was all right, to which I responded with a laugh and explained that I had read how anal can sometimes cause sudden bowel movements after the fact. But that it's fine, and I'm just sitting here naked on our toilet like a lunatic. Which isn't crazy. You guys have never had a shit where you had to get naked?
Yeah.
Am I the crazy one here?
Arguably one of the most normal places to be sitting while naked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially in your own home.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he got this disgusted look on his face and noticeably took a step backwards away from me. I asked him if he was okay, but to my surprise, suddenly his disgust turned almost into anger when he said loudly, "There was still poop in your ass while we were having sex."
Brother.
This is definitely along the lines of his type of humor, and I was so surprised I thought he was trying to make a joke. So I started laughing and jokingly said back, "Well, at least it stayed in there while we were doing it."
You can't go to McDonald's and be upset when there's burgers, man. That's where poop comes from.
That's where it comes from.
What does he expect?
Why did they do all the preparation then? He started getting more and more agitated, asking me how I could not have known and why I didn't do a better job making sure I cleaned everything out. To be clear, nothing was leaking or coming out while we were having sex.
Does he think the poop was just sitting inside the butt the whole time? Like right inside the asshole? He's not aware of the 25 feet of buildup before that?
Mm-hmm. He had no idea. Typical man.
More like dumb.
Nice.
More like he's a idiot. Idiot. No, cut that one, Blake.
Yeah.
Giggled, man.
Yeah. It was only after that I suddenly just had to go to the bathroom right away. Also, I know it's probably nobody's idea of a good time to get unwanted bodily fluids on them at any point in time, let alone during sex, but he is not squeamish about that kind of stuff.
Or bodily solids, really.
When our 2 girls were babies, he willingly changed diapers as much as I did, and he never had any issue with any of that. It got to the point that he actually outright accused me of intentionally trying to screw things up. Then he stormed off and grabbed a pillow and some blankets from our bed, saying that he was sleeping downstairs on the couch for the night.
Having anal and then sleeping on the couch is really funny.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there I was, still pooping while naked on the toilet, totally stunned at what the hell just happened. I figured I would let him cool down for the night and try to discuss things with him the next day after he had time to cool off.
You can't go to sleep angry.
But when I went downstairs in the morning, he had already taken his car and left for work an hour earlier than he needed to leave. I tried calling him around his typical lunchtime, but he let it ring until it went to voicemail.
Doing this on a school night's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a weekend chore.
Well, when you have kids, you get it in when you can.
It's true.
But there's a lot of logistics going on. But you're right. If maybe it's like the kids' holiday and they're away.
Yeah.
It's on Christmas break. I called my sister to tell her what happened, and she also thought it was a joke until I told her multiple times that that he was completely serious. I ended up leaving a note for my husband saying that I went to stay with my sister for a little bit since he clearly needed time and space before we could talk. That was yesterday, and I still haven't heard a word from him. He has never acted like this in any fight we've ever had before. Am I going insane here? Am I the asshole for needing to poop after having sex?
Your husband's a bitch.
Your husband is stupid. He's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
He's wrong.
Yes.
He's a bad guy. Despite everything.
Yeah.
This is making him into a bad guy right before our eyes.
Yep.
This is villain origin story.
He walked into a fucking card store and was surprised they had Pokemon. Like, I don't understand the surprise.
Yeah. I mean, he's an idiot.
Like, how far into an asshole do you think you can clean? Do you think you should do like a cayenne pepper water for like a fucking juice cleanse?
Yeah. Which I feel like arguably that'd make it worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's dumb.
Guys are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I hope there's multiple updates.
There's some updates.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I just want to say thank you all for your overwhelming support over the past week. I haven't been able to fully comprehend everything that's going on since I made the post until today. But I've been reading all your comments and messages, and I've been incredibly grateful. To get into things, I stayed at my sister's house for an entire day and night before receiving a text from my husband asking if I would come home so we could talk. I wasn't sure if I was quite ready to forgive him.
Okay.
Not just for our entire initial fight, but also for going nearly 36 hours of radio silence on me. But I wanted to figure out a resolution, and I figured that waiting any longer would only be more harmful. After nearly 2 days of no contact with one another, I figured things were calm enough that both him and I could sit down and have a rational adult conversation about what had happened.
And in order to make it fair, he was naked on the toilet.
Yeah.
That's how the argument started. We have to end it that way.
To my surprise, he was naked on the toilet when I first walked in the door. To my surprise, when I first walked in the door, I was greeted by my husband, tearfully hugging me and apologizing profusely. He presented me with a bouquet of flowers and homemade pancakes from scratch. I was very appreciative of the gestures, and I made sure to inform him that I was. But I reiterated that there was a lot of discussions that needed to take place before I was in a place to forgive him. He agreed with me on that, and as the two of us sat down together, I realized I didn't want us to start with a... He agreed with me on that, and as the two of us sat down together, I realized I didn't want to start with the question of what specifically made him angry about that night, in case it just frustrated him again. We had a pretty long conversation afterwards about communication and such that I won't bore you with, until I finally felt comfortable enough to ask him why he specifically got so angry with me over something that the entire anal sex having world agrees is totally normal and to be expected. I could tell he was sort of embarrassed and nervous to answer me, and at first he couldn't really come up with anything to say other than, I just didn't realize it would happen like that. I continued trying to explain everything I read and have continued to read about how common of an occurrence this is.
So did he do no reading?
It said they did it together, but
he knocked up it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They bought all the books, and then he fucking didn't read any of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won her back in the end. This is just the plot of Knocked Up.
Except for anal.
Except for anal.
Yeah,
Except
that would
baby.
honestly undo all of the plot of Knocked Up if that had happened.
Yeah, you're right.
True.
Also, does he have a brain that there might be poop in a butt? You don't got to read that in a textbook. That's
Yeah, but then why? Again, we cleaned out your butt. What do you mean there's poop in the butt?
She did
The
all the
royal
heavy
we.
lifting
The royal
here.
we.
That was the foreplay.
He said, "All right."
That's the
He said, "All right, babe. Let's get prepared to have anal. You do all the reading, all the preparation, and I will have a boner."
Sounds about right.
Everything I read and continued to read about how common an occurrence this is after anal sex until he eventually blurted out, "It's just not normally like that."
Oh, Mr. Anal Sex Expert.
I was pretty taken aback by the sentence, and the look on his face after he said it told me he realized he shouldn't have said it. So I asked him exactly what he meant and reminded him that this was supposedly a first-time thing for both of us. He immediately started backtracking and swore that it was, and he started rambling about some admission that he had been watching a lot of porn and his brain had just formed a specific idea of how anal sex usually went.
Yeah, in porn movies, they're not going to fucking get up and go shit immediately. Like, they're not going to show you that part.
If you're watching the right ones.
Yeah, it depends, but you're right. Normally, yeah. The ones that I'm watching, no. The ones that Christian's watching,
No.
no.
But the ones that Erica's watching? No, you clearly... But the one our listeners are watching? Absolutely. You freaks. About porn. His brain just formed a specific idea of how anal sex usually went. And it was just a reaction out of embarrassment on his part for not expecting it. It was so
to leave and then go no contact for 36 hours.
He embarrassed himself. He yelled at a naked lady on a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
It was so clear that he was lying that it actually shocked me to the point of tears. He was all of a sudden so willing to tell me all about the secret habit of watching porn with anal sex, when before he had apparently felt the need to hide it and couldn't even come to me to say that he was watching it and wanted to try it in real life. I told him if he didn't tell me what was really going on, I was going back to my sister's house. And then he began to break down in tears. Eventually, through his fits of sobbing, I got out of him that for over a year now, he's been having an affair with a 26-year-old coworker.
Ah, you can sob. What the hell?
A 26-year-old male coworker. Apparently, a few months before the coworker started at the company, my husband had been questioning whether or not he was bisexual. And after they met, he found out his coworker was gay, and the two of them hit it off and had a whole thing. So I guess that's why he was asking about anal sex. I genuinely think he was trying to use this all as some sort of twisted logic to his reaction and seemed to justify it and make sense. But it honestly made me feel a million times worse than if I just found out that he was cheating in general. It had nothing to do with the coworker being a man. It was more the thought that my husband couldn't even enjoy having sex with me as a person on my own, but instead had to try to make reality as close as it could get and then imagine it was with him instead of me.
We don't know that's what was happening. But
Obviously.
I totally understand why you might think that.
Yeah.
But it's a possibility.
Yeah, I see how your brain goes there for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was absolutely devastated and told him I was leaving again. And he continued to beg me to stay and asked for us to work on fixing things together.
He thought pancakes would solve this.
From scratch. And flowers.
Not from scratch.
And sobs.
Yeah, the sobs almost did it. More like a fucking dumb sob.
I told him the time for that was back when he first started questioning his sexuality and said I would, of course, have supported him and helped him figure out what that meant for him and our relationship. But at this point, I was having no part of it. Eventually, his tears turned to anger once more, and he accused me of being biphobic. I think he realized immediately once he said it that he'd fucked up. My sister is
Does
bisexual.
He not think for a second? You can be biphobic and have a bi sister. That doesn't get you off the hook. We've already discussed this.
My sister's literally bisexual and married to a woman. But he didn't say anything to
So she's a
contradict
lesbian.
himself after that.
It's a joke. I'm sorry. Relax.
I was about to call you out.
It was a joke. Relax.
I ignored him and gathered some basic essentials before leaving and heading back to my sister's house. A complete wreck. As things stand now, I'm of course planning for a divorce, but that is obviously a long process and is going to take a while. I've contacted a lawyer already and have been making sure to take precautions so I'm not just left in the dust when everything settles. Otherwise, I guess I'm not in quite as much shock right now as I think. Sorry. Otherwise, I guess I'm not quite as much shock right now, but when I think about it for too long, my brain starts to unravel a bit. I wanted to say thank you again to everyone who commented and left advice for on my initial post.
You're welcome.
Uh,
We actually recorded this episode in 2 6-month apart chunks. First part when the first post was posted.
yeah.
And we all wore the same thing, and it was cold both times.
Mm-hmm.
I deeply appreciate all of your support and understanding. Without it, I don't think I would have gotten to the place where I questioned anything that happened. And I'd still be in a relationship with a man who clearly does not care enough about me, to be honest. If anything crazy happens in the future, I'll be sure to update y'all again. But for now, this is the end of the insane story of needing to poop after sex.
You know what's insane? Is if his affair partner shit once after he cheated on his wife, he would have got off scot fucking free for at least a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just the illusion being broken of anal sometimes causing sex. If that would have happened a single time, I'm sorry, anal sometimes causing poop.
Yeah.
If that would have happened a single time with his affair partner,
Yeah.
he would not have had that reaction and then felt guilty that that reaction was because I've had anal sex and I told you I hadn't, and also I'm cheating on you, so now I need to go leave to go get my story straight and figure out how to make pancakes from scratch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Almost got away with it too.
Almost got away with it. That's not how life works, brother.
Yeah.
That was a wild story.
You cheat on your wife, eventually you're going to have poop after sex and it's all going to come crumbling down. The house of cards comes crumbling down.
Yeah.
Instead of cigarettes after sex, it's poop after sex.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A lot less cool.
It still hits
Yeah.
quite as hard, though, and just as hard.
I'm imagining it gives you similar amounts of like dopamine,
Yeah.
but one is objectively less cool than the other thing to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's all I got for this side of the episode. I'll catch you guys on the other side of this break. Bye. Unless you guys have a lot more to say. Bye.
A lot more to say.
And we're back.
From outer space.
And on this side of the episode, we always like to start with a little thing called
Circle Judge. What the hell? It's the Circle Judge.
And this was
That's where we do stuff around the circle.
we just judge around the circle.
If you're new here.
This week we're bringing back a tried and true classic.
Oh, thank God. We need new Judgies music brands.
No.
Fuck. Damn.
This is pet steeves.
Ooh.
So for those of you that don't know what a pet steve is, it's kind of the opposite of a pet peeve. It's a little thing that makes your day a little bit better.
Yeah.
I wrote down like 5 or 6, and then we've had some listener submissions, and our listeners submitted some good ones.
Okay.
So first, when you go into Aldi's and somebody gives you their cart, so you don't even have to give your quarter away.
Okay, but are you offering your quarter?
I guess you would. I don't know. Normally I'm walking. I don't even think about that. You just go, "You want this cart?" And you go, "Yeah."
And
Well,
you
I
don't
feel-
give them the quarter?
It's
I feel like
customary to be like, okay, here's my quarter.
You've been robbing people at
Yes.
cart point?
Oh my god.
I don't
Dude,
even
I
shop
married
at
a
Aldi. I just
monster.
go
I
around and
didn't-
steal carts.
I don't feel like they're ever like, "All right," and like waiting for the quarter. I've never.
But it's because
I don't have the quarter ready until I'm there.
You're walking into the store. What do you mean?
Blake cut it. We're starting. Hey, this is Pet Steve.
I understand why that would be a pet Steve for you.
Yeah, I'm getting a fucking quarter and a free cart.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Do
know
you
I was
pass
gonna be
the
a
buck?
villain.
Do you pass the buck?
Yes, absolutely. That's
Okay.
crazy.
You didn't bring it up until I did, so it makes me feel like you're
I
lying.
got immediately yelled at.
I just can't believe that
I'm
our,
having
our-
gay sex with carts.
That's how it normally goes.
I just can't believe our golden boy over here is not at least offering like, oh, thanks, man. Here's my quarter in exchange, and then
Right.
they could be like,
A fair barter.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. Market rate for one cart with a quarter is about 1 quarter. I'll take it for free.
Don't worry, I'll totally pass it along.
I think we might be doing a pet peeves list. When my friends make fun of me for a little bit too long. Next one on the list. When you make a joke with friends and a stranger standing close by giggles at it a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
That feels real good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in
is
an elevator,
nice.
you make a little quip, then somebody on the elevator, because you're supposed to be silent on the elevator anyways, and they go, it's like, oh yeah. Hey, you got a good crowd tonight.
Yeah.
This thing on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you have multiple pets and they all snuggle up on you at one time,
Oh yeah.
It's very nice.
that's really good.
We call that mayor of Kitty City.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's if you don't have more than one pet, this is probably the only reason to have more than one pet.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's not another reason I can think of.
Okay.
Not a single one.
Yeah. Pet companionship with each other.
No.
Yeah, I guess. When you cook something in the oven and then like 2 minutes before it's done, you start smelling and go, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aurora made spaghetti for a coworker that just had a baby. And oh man, it smelled so fucking good. She burnt the fuck out of it. She was using a stock pot and she burnt it. Still smelled amazing.
It
Still smells so good. And I couldn't eat any of it.
It had
You
meat
couldn't-
in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
I was like, you couldn't try a sample?
No.
There's meat in it.
She made me try a sample because it was burned.
She tried to poison you?
Because, yeah. I had rumbly tumbly the whole next day.
The police? My coworker's girlfriend tried to poison him.
It was
We get
where I got
swatted.
demoted.
An acquaintance of mine's girlfriend tried to poison him.
This random guy who's in his house.
This one comes to us from Ronnie. When you go somewhere and there's no line, or there's like maybe one person, and by the time you finish the transaction, there's a huge line behind you, and you just avoid it by a few minutes.
Yeah.
What's that white people saying? We got
here just in time.
Just
Yeah.
in time.
I say that every time we go somewhere,
Mhm.
regardless if there's a line behind us or not.
We got here just in time.
If we're 7 cars deep, I'm pulling out the. It looks like we got here just in time.
Mm-hmm.
It always doesn't get a kill.
Yeah. I feel like this shit happens specifically to me at Culver's more
Culver's.
than anywhere in the
Yep.
world.
Yep.
We do love Culver's.
I'm never more than 2 cars back at Culver's. When I leave, there is a whole ass town behind. me.
Yeah, and then it's like the Culvers by us has a weird fucking intersection thing going on, and
Everyone does. I
it
imagine.
becomes chaos. If there's more than 4 cars in the line, it's like chaos in that parking lot.
Mhm.
I've never been to a Culver's that doesn't have a fucked drive-through.
That's true.
It's not true, but it was fun to imagine it for a second. But Ottawa's has gotten better
Yeah.
because they changed it, but it was fucking horrendous.
Yes, it was.
These next couple come to us from David, and you can say my name on the pod. When you finally get something unstuck from being in your teeth after a long time,
It's a good one.
yeah, popcorn shell out of your teeth.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's like that. I ate popcorn 3 days ago. I
Oh.
forgot I even had that.
Oh.
I don't floss very
You
good.
gotta floss better.
I don't floss.
It should never go more than arguably 12 hours, but
I have had shit stuck in my teeth after brushing and flossing. Then it's like I
Yeah.
chewed gum and it's like, oh my God, it finally came out.
you gotta floss better than that.
I got open gum. I got deep gums.
I'm an open gum policy.
When you're cooking, you add the perfect amount of seasoning. So it's not too much. It's just right.
Mm.
You ever have the thing where you're cooking and it's like, I need something.
Oh.
And then you start adding, and then it's like, I added too much.
Mm.
I missed the mark.
To go back to the thing stuck in your teeth, is there anything like I know popcorn kernels, the like
The thing.
obvious one. Nothing worse than like a strand of chicken.
Yep.
Chicken,
Yeah.
like the sinewy like chicken strands.
Yep.
Ugh,
Mhm.
those suck ass to get
Yep.
stuck in your teeth.
Or like the pointy part of a chip.
Yeah,
Ooh.
those painful.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's really painful.
Sweet corn
sweet corn gets
from
stuck.
the cob.
I can't relate to that one.
You don't eat sweet corn?
Oh, it can't remember it ever being an issue being stuck
Oh.
for very long. But I think if I'm eating sweet corn, I got a toothpick on my hip. I got one ready to unholster, you know.
Mm-hmm. I could go for some corn on the cob.
Yeah. Cold corn on the cob with a little bit of Frank's on it.
No.
Yo.
No.
It goes crazy.
How about that goes?
Piping hot, smothered in too much butter.
Insane.
Maybe
You mean
a little
just-
bit of salt.
You mean just the right amount of butter and just the right amount of salt.
Well, see, it's too much butter for literally anyone else, but it's the right amount for me.
Yeah.
It is a fucked up amount of butter.
Are we doing cookies and cream corn? We're doing white and yellow kernels.
Sure.
That's the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
That's the really good sweet stuff.
What? I was reading this and it's like I broke my brain trying to.
You know, sometimes corn has white kernels
Oh,
mixed in
yes.
with the yellow kernels.
That
That's
is-
the really sweet stuff.
Do you know the difference? Like, can you tell a sweet corn field versus a regular corn, like a feed corn?
When
Field?
when I was younger, I could.
Erica
You
makes
call
me feel like a
yourself
fool.
Midwest boys.
Well,
Erica can do it really good.
Are there full fields of sweet corn?
Yeah.
Because whenever I grew up, it was like you knew a guy and you had to
It's like
walk
the
into the
middle,
field and
yeah.
it was secretly in the middle. That way
Yeah.
people wouldn't steal the sweet corn. Yeah. And I know it's typically shorter.
Sweet corn is much shorter. It's
Yeah.
a more dark, like darker green
Yeah.
leaves and stalks, and then the tassel is way more golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that.
No,
How did
for
I not
sure.
notice the difference that whole
Yeah.
time?
Corn does go crazy. We should have an entire industry where corn is put into everything we eat.
We should
Crazy.
have like a
We should turn that into syrup.
celebration.
And the fact that we like
Ooh.
don't digest it.
We should turn corn into syrup
We
and
should.
then put that in everything.
What about oil? Can we turn it into oil?
Yup.
Hmm.
Yup.
Okay, we're on to something here.
We should patent this. I feel like this could be huge.
The sounds of a can opening.
Yeah.
A cracking of a can.
Like
Yeah.
a soda pop?
Yep.
Beer.
It's like the opposite of nails on a chalkboard, they right?
No, yeah.
I kind of agree.
Mother effing beer.
This one goes out to Josh.
My first thought when you said that, though, like the opening of a can, I thought you meant like a can opener.
Mm.
Like it's a can of green beans and you're just like prying that up.
With a can opener or with a pull tab?
Either one.
Like I do it with cat food, right? Like the
Yeah.
That's nice. That's very nice.
I would argue that the soda pop is nicer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. This one goes to Josh. When your team wins on Thursday night football, so you can watch football on Sunday, stress free all day.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that feeling.
The Colts don't get to play on Thursdays.
I don't think they did this year. I don't think they had a single.
It's because they suck.
Normally, every year, every team has at least one, and the Giants have 5. But I don't think they did play on Thursday this year, which is fine because Thursday night football is objectively a worse product, but it is nice.
Hitting all the green lights on the way while you're driving.
Mm.
I mean, that's
Classic.
not even a pet Steve. That's like the grace of God, and that's the universe smiling
That's
down
your
on you.
karma.
Slight change to make it into a pet peeve. You really got to send a text and you're hitting all greens.
Mm.
Give me a red. You start taking left-hand turns, even though you don't need to try to hit a red.
Finishing a song or podcast right when you pull up to your destination. That makes you feel like you're in a music video a little bit.
Yeah.
Winning a game of rock, paper, scissors for any reason
Sure.
Winning any game ever.
feels really good for you.
Yeah. I like winning.
Interesting. I didn't know that
Why
about
don't you do it more?
Do it more than you.
That's incorrect because all I do is win, no matter what.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You got money on your mind?
I'm sorry?
Well, I don't ever say enough.
Oh, well. Hey.
Holy shit.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Are you almost done?
Yeah. What's going on?
I have to shit.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go fast. Ordering coffee that's the perfect order so that the cashier doesn't have to ask you to clarify any questions. Small hot coffee with cream, no sugar, whole milk. Type beat.
Okay.
A really good stapler.
No, a good stapler goes crazy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
A bad stapler really pisses me off.
mm-hmm.
It does piss you off.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to put that flag back down on the mailbox after you pick up your mail.
We don't have those.
We don't have that, but that is fun.
I never knew which one was which.
Yeah, it's
so.
it's a very confusing system.
I think you put it up when you have mail or something to go out, and then you put it down when there's nothing in it. Sipping on
Hey,
some
they're
ice
getting
water.
paid. Walk up to my house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Some ice water, and then the morning after you did laundry, when you ran out of underwear, now you have like 3,000 pairs of clean underwear to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, it is really good.
And those ones were from Courtney. And that's all I have
Very
for Pet
good.
Steves.
Okay.
Erica has to take a shit.
I
You
haven't
want-
pooped in like 2 weeks.
After the circle judge, we always do a listener. We're on the listener submitted sound, huh?
Yeah.
We do the
Sorry.
listener submitted sound. And if you want to send those in, judgiespot@gmail.com, put it in the subject line, listener submitted sound. That always comes before our listener submitted stories. Christian, what do we got on the board this week?
They say, please don't say my name. I made this while wine drunk as a paradox of the end of the beginning by DJO. I also added a French twist to it. This was gonna... Whatever. The last sentence doesn't matter.
Take the man out of the shithole, not the shithole out the man. You take the man out of the... And when I'm back in the shithole, I feel it. Another shit version of me. I was in shit. I wave goodbye to the end of the shithole.
Thank you. Please don't say my name.
Wow.
That's good.
Love a little DJO.
Isn't it just Joe?
Probably.
Okay.
It's all in capital letters. How am I supposed to know when to say an acronym or initialism?
Fair.
That's true. Periods normally denote.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this as a question. Is that song big everywhere? Or is it just extra big here because of our proximity to Chicago?
I think it's big everywhere.
I think so too.
Had a big moment
Yeah.
on TikTok. Now I think with Stranger Things, it came back again for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just hear it too much because obviously we hear it a lot because of anything like the Bears in the playoffs. Every single fucking commercial break they were playing that.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, ugh. We get it. He says Chicago. That and 25 or 6-9. And don't get me wrong, I like 25 or 6-9. It's a fun song.
What's that one?
By
From the
Chicago.
song from the band Chicago.
That's a really
Saturday
good song.
night's all right for fighting.
That's a really good
Saturday
song.
night's all right. No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
But it's like, come on. Same thing with Centuries by Fall Out Boy. That was like the song,
Oh, yeah.
like the official song of the NHL playoffs in like 2014.
It played every fucking 3
Oh.
seconds.
Yeah.
That is a bad one. And after the listener submitted sound, we always have a listener submitted story. This one comes to us from Say My Name, Alize. Is that?
You shit. I was going to read one of their stories.
Oh, well,
They might have a different one. Yeah, Alize.
Just making sure. Hello, Judgies. I sent this story to Ricky too,
It's all right. Go ahead.
but thought I'd share the love. So I have a funny story.
If you're gonna send it to both, put it at the top.
I mean, that was pretty at top.
I know. It was a joke. And the thing is, there's no way you guys could ever
don't talk-
possibly
we don't-
like talk to each other about.
You
it
don't
before.
talk other than on the podcast, Josh.
Shit. Happens.
So I have a fun story I just thought to write in about when I got my foot ran over by a lawnmower.
Woo!
Let me set the scene. It's 2 PM, 34 degrees.
I wish.
It does say that.
Does
So-
it really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wish.
So when I was 8, it was summer, and I was at my dad's house with a friend. He tells us, go mow the lawn, which isn't super huge. It's like 3/4 of an acre, which I have no idea how big or huge. I mean, is that a third of a football field? I have no idea.
I don't know how many acres in the football or in a football field. I'm not American enough or too American, whichever one makes more sense.
But his lawn has a lot of stumps and roots poking out, which makes the ground very uneven. So he decided it'd be a great idea to have 2 8-year-olds go mow the lawn unsupervised while he goes and does whatever the fuck he does. We eventually get bored, and being 8-year-olds, we did not understand the power of dangers of the fucking lawnmower.
Mhm.
So we decided to take turns riding on it and pushing each other. It was like a Ryobi electric push mower. Anyways, we're both in flip-flops trying to get through what felt like an enormous yard of tall grass. I'm riding on it when my friend goes over a stump. My left foot slips and I scream. I don't remember much after that, but she must have stopped the lawnmower immediately because it didn't go all the way through my foot. My dad comes running and sees what happened. He grabs some paper towels and carries me while my friend carries my heel, which is still attached, but only by some skin. We get in the car, my dad's barefoot, and I remember so clearly sitting in the backseat trying to wiggle my toes and realizing I couldn't. Because of the shock, it didn't bother me much. I was just like, damn, my mom's going to be so pissed when she hears about this.
Well, yeah, she dipped you by that heel. That's the one spot you weren't supposed to get hit by a lawnmower.
Next thing I know, we're in the ER, and they're trying to put an IV in my arm. This is when I start crying. I hate needles, and because I had lost so much blood, they had to give me a 14-gauge IV and a tiny little 8-year-old arm. After this, the next thing I remember was people at the foot of my bed trying to replace the bandages and screaming because the morphine was wearing off. I had a couple more surgeries where they had to cut my tendon and pull everything back together and screw in my heel. This is insane. And had to reattach my Achilles tendon, which is where my mom held me when she dipped me in that river. Now, I definitely went through some trauma, but I always think about my friend who had to carry my heel. I never saw or heard from her after that day.
What?
Probably a reasonable decision by her parents. But
Oh,
goddamn, the trauma she must have had. Anyways, the worst part for a while was just my dad refusing to take any accountability. He tried to get my mom to pay the medical bills and was generally, in his typical fashion, a complete asshole about all of it. Still has never taken accountability to this day, and it's been nearly 2 decades. After a while, I did all right though. Because my tendon was mangled, they had to shorten them, which meant my toes were all fucked up and curled because of the nerve damage I've never been able to move my toes on that side, which unfortunately quashed my dreams of being a dancer when I was young.
Oh,
It always happens to the dancers. But anyways, I lived with chronic pain in my foot, working as a server and shit until I was 19.
but your mind was older.
Shut the fuck up.
I finally got another surgery where they removed the intermediate bones in each of my toes, fused the other 2 bones together, then put pins in them. Still can't move my toes, but at least I'm no longer walking on them constantly. As another lovely example of the asshole my father is, he flew in to stay with me and take care of me while I recovered from my surgery. Unfortunately, though, He did nothing to take care of me, except bitch that the painkillers were making me throw up too much. And then he ate all my pastries that my in-laws brought me for my recovery. My poor husband now had to take care of me and this useless man known as my father. Thankfully, I'm much better now and actually have a tattoo of the x-ray of my foot.
Interesting.
I attached a few pictures of the x-ray and the pins and my tattoo. Sorry if this was long, just always a fun party story, so I thought I would share it with y'all. Love you all, but Christian has to be my favorite because he's goofy and redacted and has a hot wife. Pisses and kisses, smoke it if you got it. Alize.
Turns out your dad was the heel all along. Getting a tattoo of a foot is interesting because you can't put it on. Realistically, you're not gonna get a tattoo of a foot on your foot.
No.
And what other there's not many body parts you would get tattooed on the body part.
Where do you think you'd get
You know
it?
what I mean?
Where do you think you'd get it?
I mean, if you're getting an X-ray tattooed, you need a bigger canvas than a foot, a
Yeah.
flatter canvas at the minimum. You know?
I mean, people get like hands put anywhere on their body.
Yeah, they do.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're not getting if you're getting a tattoo of a hand, you're not getting it on your hand.
Yeah, people do that.
You're getting it on your arm, perhaps.
Perhaps.
You get a tattoo of an eye, you're not getting it on your eye. You're
I'm
getting it on your ankle.
Yep, I was just gonna say my eye's on my ankle.
Your ankle. Ankle.
Where do you think the tattoo's at?
If
Put
I had
this.
to guess, I'm gonna guess I might still be lower extremity. It might be on a thigh. It could also be just maybe on a rib. It could also be rib or thigh. Those are my guesses.
Wrong. It's on their arm.
No, man, that's their thigh. They have feeble little legs.
Sorry.
Inner arm, yeah. Yeah. Because you need the flat surface. Yeah.
Ooh, look at your monstera.
It's a cool tattoo.
It is.
I didn't even look at the tattoo, if I'm being
Oh.
for real. I was so
It's just X-ray with flowers.
that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Wow. That stinks. I would not want to be hit by a lawnmower.
No.
That shit will fuck your foot up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is kind of a nightmare, truly, reading it. But it had a nice shitty dad in there, so I thought it'd be nice to read.
No, it was a fine read. When we criticize the story, it's not the
I know.
choice.
I
And
know.
also, I'm not even criticizing the story.
You're criticizing the reader.
The occurrence.
Oh.
The fact that the story happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just a real piece of shit dad. And I get the friend never hanging out with you again. The friend never talking to you again is crazy.
But they're
Right?
8.
Yeah, I guess.
The parents probably said
Don't ever talk to them.
why if my parents found out I was going somewhere and my friends' parents were putting me to work and then I went home and didn't mow the lawn,
Yeah.
they'd be pretty upset with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that guy's house anymore.
I have a piece of shit dad story.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you don't, but
Well, not anymore.
yeah.
When my appendix ruptured, it had already ruptured before I even went to the hospital. And I was 7, and my parents were split up at the time, and it was my dad's weekend. And he, in between my bouts of consciousness and unconsciousness, I could hear him and my mom arguing about he wasn't going to take me because I was sick. And she's like, it's your weekend. You're taking her. I have to work. And so he did what he did every single weekend was he picked me up. I physically could not walk. I was so sick and in so much pain.
This was before you knew you had a ruptured appendix.
Yeah, I didn't know until I went to the hospital, but I couldn't walk because I was in so much pain, in and out of consciousness. So he picked me up. He carried me to the car. And like he did every weekend, he drove me the 2.5 blocks to my grandma's house and he left me there for the whole weekend. But like I said, I couldn't walk. So he carried me into my grandma's house and my grandmother was like, she's clearly dying.
Mm-hmm.
We need to take her to the emergency room. He's like, you can do whatever you want. I have to leave. And so then he carried me back to my grandmother's car, put me in the front seat, and she drove me to the emergency room. And then I didn't see my dad until after my surgery. And then at that point, I didn't want to see him. I refused to see him.
I mean, rightfully so.
So
I mean, honestly, that's kind of a baller move for how old were you? 7?
I was 7.
But her mom
Kind of
was
a-
older.
Yeah. Truly, I mean, the baller move to be like,
Trauma does that.
don't come in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Very traumatic. Like, who the fuck? Your grandmother is telling you I am taking her to the emergency room, and he's like, yeah, all right, see you later.
Yeah.
And fucking
I
leaves.
got plans today.
Like, who does that?
A bad dad.
And then my sweet grandmother, she didn't want to park at the emergency bay like entrance. So she carried me, like basically dragged me from like the farthest parking spot she could fucking find and dragged me by my shoulders to the emergency room until some like halfway there, some other old lady saw her struggling. And so I was being like, my ass was like dragging on the concrete, and they each had a shoulder and a leg in one hand. It was crazy. And it fucking hurt.
That's really funny.
Yep. And then when my mom finally got there to the emergency room, they were like, we have no idea what's wrong with her. She needs emergency exploratory surgery or she's going to die. And my mom was like, what the fuck? So.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah. Because my
Me too.
appendix had already ruptured, like I
Yeah.
said before I got there.
So you have
So
internal.
when they did the ultrasound, there was nothing for them to see that was inflamed. No, you know what I mean? Like there was no swelling. There was no swollen anything. There was nothing for them to like. They're like, don't know, but she's
Yeah.
dying. We got to cut her open.
Where'd they start?
My lower right quadrant.
Good guess.
Yep.
Good
Very
guess.
good
then.
guess.
I mean, that's where the pain was.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
yeah. It was horrific.
Would have sucked if they started like head face area. Like, well,
Yeah.
she says that she's feeling pain. You feel things in your head.
Let's start there.
Let's check out that pituitary gland. Football field is about 1.3 acres.
Okay.
So an acre roughly about 2 acres or 1.5 acres in a football field. So
Okay.
yeah, that's where you're sitting at.
I told that story at my grandma's funeral. I was the only one that was going to say anything at the funeral. And I talked about, she was a very important person in my life. And I talked about how, like, she quite literally saved my life. But I was, like, deadlocked with eyes with my dad, talking about how he fucking abandoned me.
Yeah. Abandoned as a pup.
And she saved my life.
Yeah. Did anybody speak after you?
No.
That was it. That just
I mean, I did, like, a whole
Yeah.
little speech about how wonderful she was.
no. I understood. Yeah. I
But
just
then
thought that
it's-
would maybe implore other
I
people
thought
to
so
share
too.
some stories,
Yeah.
perhaps. Yeah.
That's how it
But-
normally goes.
Yeah.
I was her favorite. So,
Her favorite.
great grandchild.
Everything.
Yeah.
Podcast co-host. You think she maybe had a favorite one of us?
Well, she did really like Christian.
I was gonna say she might have liked me more.
She did
I
love
think because
Christian.
he's goofy and allegedly and has a hot wife.
Yeah.
Mm. I was at her house the night that Christian asked me to be his girlfriend.
Over phone, text.
Yes.
You coward.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What are you, 16?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, it's 17 years ago, bud.
Oh.
You're over twice that age now. In a week from now.
Last story of the night from r/am I the asshole. I'm actually very young, very spry. Am I the asshole for calling my partner a weirdo because he thought my friend's birthday text was sensual? I, 21 female, have a partner, 22 male, who I'm currently living with. It was his birthday yesterday. My birthday is in a week, guys, in case you forgot. We graduated from university in June. And of course, he got an influx of people who he hasn't really spoken to since graduation wishing him a happy birthday. One of those people being a good friend of mine who I have spoken to and hung out with since graduation. We're talking about the people who hit him up and were reminiscing about our time in university. And then he stated that some had made him uncomfortable because they're obviously trying to be suggestive. I have a lot of trust in him, so I thought this was hilarious and was begging him to tell me who it was. He said he didn't want to tell me because I would be upset. And that's when I started to raise my eyebrow. I left it in the moment because I didn't want to start any conflict on his birthday, but I brought it up today and he said that he shouldn't be hiding things from me. He eventually agreed to show me, and it was my good friend from university. I'm going to try to keep this part short and not drag it out. But the message was literally just a copy and paste. Happy birthday, Toby, with a bunch of B's and Y's in it and emojis. This is a fake name. To which he didn't respond. I was extremely confused and asked him what exactly was so suggestive about this.
Every Y is 1% more you want to fuck.
He said that elongating the name and the use of the emojis was suggestive and clearly flirtatious. I looked at the message again and looked at him and said, no, it's not. He said that she was clearly doing too much to grab his attention and asked how she even remembered it was his birthday. I told him that Snapchat reminds you of people's birthdays, and that's what she used to text him on. And the message was normal. It then turned into a disagreement, and he went on a whole rant explaining that I clearly don't know how women communicate with guys that they're trying to pursue, and I'm clearly choosing to be blinded because they're my friend. To which I just responded, I don't appreciate you
fighting that he was being flirted with. Even if he thought that was true, why wouldn't you just be like, oh, all right. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're trying to make drama.
To which I responded, I don't agree. I don't appreciate you trying to paint my friend in that light. And I honestly think you're being a weirdo. The message isn't suggestive. The conversation kind of ended there, and he kept avoiding me all day. So am I the asshole for calling him a weirdo and kind of invalidating his feelings, even though they objectively were based on nothing?
You can't say that. Even though his feelings are stupid as hell, am I wrong for invalidating them?
He's clearly a little baby.
You know, those made up fucking feelings suck ass.
Mhm.
Yeah. Listen, this is how you flirted when you were like 13.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is so like there's a word. I think what he's probably failing to think is the context. Like he's failing the context of like, this is her friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Snapchat tells you when the birthday is. And yeah, if you got a random text from somebody who you haven't talked to in years and they sent, instead of just happy birthday, sent a happy birthday, Toby. Yeah, there's probably an insinuation there.
Okay.
But the context of this is devoid of that. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's a problem that I talk to my boss like this?
Are they hot?
No.
Then you're fine.
Okay.
If they're busted, you can send as many Ys as you want. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly.
What if Toby's busted as hell? Is
Change.
he not taking that into account?
Yeah. That needs to be part of the equation.
I don't think it does.
All right. We have different equations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Thoughts?
Very interesting.
In general.
I'm with the girlfriend here. I don't think it was intentionally flirty.
Yeah, I agree.
What if it was somebody you weren't friends with that sent that to me instead of like a friend? Because when it comes from a friend, it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's the context. Yeah.
I still feel like I wouldn't think it was flirty.
Past lover.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah.
That changes a lot of things, actually.
Yeah. And if it was Morse code, like the extra letters, if you put it into Morse code, said I want to fuck you still.
Hmm.
No. Very intense secret hidden message.
Then I would say the boyfriend was probably right.
Probably crossed the line.
Yeah.
But like I said, even if he thinks this is true and he thinks that this best friend is flirting with him, why would he didn't respond?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why would he turn the mountain into a molehill at all? If he says like, oh hey, Sarah texted me this and I didn't feel comfortable. What do you think? And then the girlfriend's like, I don't see that way. Just, oh, okay. All right, cool.
And then you leave it alone.
You never have to, even if you still think she was flirting with you
Yep.
and you're wrong about that because your feelings are dumb and wrong and bad, just be like, cool. Cool. Whew. Fight completely avoided.
Yeah.
Drama completely avoided. Controversy completely avoided.
Yeah.
But if he was like, well, I feel like Sarah's overly touchy with me and she flirts with me and I feel uncomfortable. And like, this is also something that I don't like.
Yeah.
Then now you have context that would maybe change it.
Yeah.
You know, I converted it to Morse code and it spelled I want to fuck you.
That happens. She was blinking, I want to fuck you in Morse code to me the last time we hung out.
Anyways,
I think that's it for this episode. What do we think? Do we want another story?
no. I want to tell my stories over on the bonus episode. Don't sound so excited, Joshua.
He's blinking out a message. And listeners, if you made it this far, for the love of God, go down to the description, click that link, and vote for the Judgies Awards, the JMAs or whatever they were.
JPAs.
The JPAs.
The Rickelodeon Choice Awards.
The Rickelodeon Choice Award.
The Joshkers.
The Joshkers.
The ES Pissies.
The ES Pissies. The...
I went through all of
All
them.
of
You're
them.
not going to come up with a better name.
Go down and vote or die. And where can they follow us, Erica?
Anywhere you're on the internet, we're probably there too. Our handle is most likely at Judgies Pod.
Josh, any final words? Thank God.
Do you actually know
I can't
Morse
read it.
code? I feel like that's something you would have learned in Boy Scouts.
If you're using it, they give you a book in Boy Scouts. You know what I mean? Like they're just saying, here's...
You don't have to memorize it.
Right.
Right.
You only need to know one Morse code.
SOS.
Yeah.
Save our skins. Yeah.
But I don't know it. Dot, 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 line, line, dot, dot, line,
I
dot,
think
dot.
it's
No.
333. It's
What did I
Dot,
say?
dot, line, dot, dot.
What did I say?
Not that.
I feel like
anyway,
I said
goodbye.
those in a different order, which could get you there.
Bye.